right, my fellow dirt road travelers, we are out here at Hungry Valley testing out the capabilities of the Ford Ranger. So come along with us today. All right, guys, so like I said, we've got the Ranger out here with us today. We also have the multiple Perez, and we have Henry and Vera out with us today as well. We're gonna see how well our new Ranger holds up to wheeling. That's kind of one of the reasons why we bought it. So let's try it out. All right before we get into wheeling, we should go over our 2023 Ford Ranger. This package is a Tremor edition, and we are an XLT model as well. With the Tremor, you're going to have different trim pieces on it, and you're going to have that cool red insert in the grille in the front as well. Now, ours came with skid plates, and it has a 1-inch lift with upgraded control arms. Right here, you're going to see the Fox shock. Sorry for the bad shot. And also with the Tremor edition, we have the vinyl bucket seats with the Miko suede inserts as well, and that nice little Tremor stitch in the seat. The Tremor package only comes in 4-wheel drive with electronic rear locker. This TM button right here in the middle is going to be your terrain modes, and there are 4 of them. There's normal, there's grass, gravel, and snow. There is also mud and ruts, and then you're gonna have sand. All right, so out here in Hungry Valley, they have this awesome playground out here where you can put your vehicles to the test, and that's what we were planning to do right now. So Nate is gonna try this uphill climb, and then we'll send up one of the Jeeps and try to see what it looks like on the uphill climb as well. All right, so Nate is taking this obstacle on in 4-wheel drive right now. And right about here, you're going to see he's going to start to struggle a little bit, and we kind of feel it's kind of due to the tires. They are a little bit more aggressive than the standard Ford Ranger tires, but they do have more of a street pattern on them, so Nate is just going to have to give it a little bit more gas. All right, up next, we're sending on the multiple Perez. Jose is gonna go on up. Now, what I should mention is that on our Ranger, we only have a rear locker. So we'll see the difference right now with the Gladiator. All right, so Jose is starting this off in 2-wheel drive. Right about here, you're gonna see him struggle just a little bit right through here. He's gonna reverse it and go ahead and put that into 4-low. Okay, right there, Jose was locking it up. There we go. Jose's Gladiator is also a diesel Gladiator, like our blue one. All right, guys, so up next, we're gonna send the Ranger on through. These are some really big cement pipes. We are still fully locked in the front with our sway bar, correct, Nate?
Yeah, the sway bar is still connected.
Yeah, and so far we haven't found any disconnects yet for it. The Ranger, there's still not a whole lot of parts for the newer ones out there yet, so we are trying our best. We do hope to eventually maybe put on a little lift as well, but right now we're going to send Nate on through.
Yep. All right, here we go, going through. A little nervous about front bumper clearance here. Definitely hit something underneath.
So we're riding right now at fully stocked height. We do have the Tremor package on the Ranger, so it does come with skid plates.
Come in wide. Ranger! Ready now? Right there? No, smooth right there. Bring all the way passenger. Rear. All right, easy approach. Easy, easy. You're gonna scrape. Oh, you got it. You're going to fly.
That one was really, really close. But like I said, we do have those skid plates all the way through underbelly.
Bring them out here to sit.
I know. Let's see here.
Back it up. Back it up, and you gotta come over this way.
So
Right there?
on the Tremor package, I don't know if this is standard on all of them, we did have some steps on the sides. We did take the steps off, but that is all factory. So we're having a little bit of difficulty in the front. There's not a whole lot of flex. Like we said, we're still fully locked up on the sway bars. Ooh, little hop and a skip.
Easy, easy. Go for it. That's no skip plate.
Okay, we are scraping on belly and on sliders. Like I said, those are still the stock sliders. We only removed the steps.
Easy, big drop. That's it in the front. It's all the rear now.
How was that?
The crawl ratio is definitely not as low as it is in the Gladiator. It wants to go a lot faster than what it should for crawling tough obstacles, but gotta ride the brake a little bit and it's okay.
You definitely looked a little stiff out there. So that's something we definitely need, those disconnects.
Yeah, we gotta definitely disconnect the front, and then it needs more height.
Yes.
It's just dragging over everything.
All right, let's go see what the Gladiator does right now.
All right. All right, as you guys can tell, this is not exactly a fair contest. The multiple Perez Gladiator is a diesel Gladiator with a Mopar 3-inch lift and 37-inch tires. So you can see he just walks right through this stuff with that amount of ground clearance.
So obviously, as you can tell, the Gladiator is not struggling with this at all. It does have the height, and it is built pretty well. Jose's got this pretty tricked out right now. And of course, we know the Gladiator is not going to be the same as the Ranger. There we go.
You good?
You can definitely see more of that flex in the front end. Drop. There we go. And you can see how well it does because it has just so much more height than the Ranger. We definitely need to get a little bit more, a little higher in the nose. Obviously, the comparison of putting a Jeep against a Ranger is not going to be the same. We know that going out here. These are just our friends that decided to come out with us for the day. So we decided to kind of show you the difference between the two vehicles. But remember, the Ranger is riding completely stock.
Yeah, and Jose's on a 2.5-inch lift or 3-inch lift with 37s. Mm-hmm. So it's a big difference.
Yeah, but we just wanted to come out here and kind of see what it can do and what it can handle stock. And hopefully we can find that lift for it and give it just a little bit more, because it's definitely, the nose is almost on the ground.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be higher in the front.
Yeah.
The back seems pretty good. It doesn't seem to be dragging too much. It dragged a little bit, but no, it's okay.
Yep. So let's continue on. Let's continue playing in the playground. All right. So Nate is going to take on this sandhill here. We're going to see how it works with the traction control.
You go right up. And 35 on that thing with some clearance.
All right. Looks like it handled it pretty well. Let's check in with Nate. All right. How did it feel going up the sandhill with the traction control?
No problem.
No
It didn't feel slippy or anything. Maybe if it was a longer hill, then maybe I could start to work a little more, but it went right up.
Like no problem.
Yeah.
There is a bigger hill. I think we're going to test you out on that one. It's a little bit more of a little bit flexy. So let's go do that one.
Okay.
All right, so here are some of the hill climbs at the playground. We're going to be sending Nate on up the center one with the cement and all the different little climbing obstacles. So let's do this. There we go. this obstacle is because we kind of just don't have that clearance in the front. So it's just kind of a slow crawl going on through, but it's pretty much what we expected going into this. It's not going to do quite as well as a Jeep, but we're still pretty impressed with it overall. All right, Henry is coming on up next. We should mention that Henry's Jeep has about a 2.5-inch lift on it and 35-inch tires, but it is a Jeep and it has that wonderful flex going on through in the front. So this is going to be a piece of cake for him. All right, now we're gonna send the Ranger on through again. This time is just the dirt hill climb. It is a little bit off camber on this one, so let's see how we do. Okay, right here is where it's going to get really off camber. There we go. Okay, here comes Henry. We're gonna play around on this really off camber. It looks pretty soft as well, uphill climb. Woo, some beautiful flex, a little wheel off the ground action. Nicely done, Henry. All right, now we're gonna send the Ranger on through the exact same course. Woo, definitely a little bit stiffer up there. Oh, freewheeling, woo! She's definitely a stiffer ride with the sway bars connected. Freewheeling, oh, totally off the ground there. Again, having sway bar disconnect links would be amazing for this truck. All right, so what do you feel after all those hill climbs?
I feel like there's a lot of wheels in the air most of the time. Probably disconnecting the front sway bar would help a lot, but the traction control's working. It's crawling through everything. I figured out if I put it into manual shifting and go into first gear, it has a much lower ratio, so it crawls a little better. Still not comparable to what the Jeep has, but hey, it's working.
Hey, I'm pretty impressed so far with this little truck.
Yeah, it's doing good.
Yeah.
The height is the biggest thing right now. It's just
height and the sway bar.
Yeah, the sway bar, yeah. And I think just disconnecting the sway bar would probably make a huge difference.
Yeah, and plus we can't leave stock tires, so it would be nice to have a little bit of a bigger tire on this beast.
Yeah, maybe something a little more aggressive. They're sliding around a lot.
Yeah, these are, do you remember what size they are?
No, they're
we don't even know. That's how new this truck is.
265, 70, 17. So I don't know exactly what that compares to. Somewhere around a 30, 31 or something.
Yeah, they're pretty small. They're pretty rinky-dink. So definitely a more aggressive tire would be a little bit nicer on this as well. That's kind of what we're working with right now. I mean, it's pretty tiny, but hopefully soon, maybe some upgrades and some updates to this would be pretty nice.
Yep.
All right, so we've come up to this nice little area where you can kind of flex it out. Now, remember, we are still locked in the front with the sway bars, so we're gonna get some tires off the ground no matter what going through this obstacle. Let me show you what we're working with. They don't look bad on camera, but they are really, really deep. It is really gonna be testing your flexibility on this obstacle. Definitely had a tire up in the air a time or two on that one. All right, here comes Henry coming on through. You're gonna really see the flexible capability of the Jeep compared to the Ranger on this one. Oh, we got a little bit of in the air. Hi. There we go. Flexy, flexy. So definitely one of the issues Nate is having with the Ranger is that it does have an extremely large hood.
It's very hard to see over the hood when you crest something and you want to come back down. So that is definitely one of the challenges and one of the advantages to a Jeep.
Yeah, but we still love it. You know, it's doing really well and it's performing really well out here. We're actually pretty surprised right now.
It's doing better than I expected, for sure.
Yep, so let's keep going, let's keep wheeling.
All right, so we decided to pick up the pace and see what the Ranger can do. The Ranger is equipped with a 2.3 liter turbo 4-cylinder engine and a 10-speed automatic transmission, which really makes it a lot of fun on the fire roads and doing some of the more fast desert pre-running type stuff.
Overall, this truck handles really, really well, and it is a really fun drive to go out there and zip around on some of these trails. I think that was our biggest enjoyment with this truck. All right, so that will conclude our test of the Ford Ranger and its wheeling capabilities. Now, can the Ford Ranger wheel? Absolutely, but there are some limitations to it, right, Nate?
Yeah, it's not a rock crawler.
No.
It'll do a fair amount of stuff. It did better than I expected, to be honest.
Oh, way better than.
And you could definitely do a lot more if you were willing to really put it to the test, but no, I have to drive it every day. So
what are your limits of how far you want to test it? But with Nate saying that, we did purchase it to be a daily driver to get Nate back and forth to work and to occasionally take out and actually do some fire roads. So if you are kind of a casual wheeler and like to go out and kind of hit some fire roads and maybe get just a little bit crazy, maybe a tire up in the air or two, this truck would be absolutely amazing for you.
yeah, it definitely works great for me driving back and forth to work. I'm getting 20 miles to the gallon on the highway, which can't complain about that with a 4-wheel drive.
Oh, heck no. Some of those Jeeps out there are only getting like 16 or 15.
Yeah. All in all, I think it would probably make a pretty good overland type setup if you wanted to use it for something like that.
Absolutely. So, I can
totally see it doing that. That would be awesome.
I mean, that's not what we will do with it.
No.
If you wanted an Overlander, I think the Ranger would be a good choice.
But guys, if you like these kind of videos, go ahead and drop us a comment down below. Or if there's something else you want us to see, maybe take the Ford Ranger out somewhere else and try it. We'd be happy to take it out and drive it out. Obviously, we're going to be taking it out and maybe doing some fun fire road or camping trips with it in the near future. So you will see it out and about, and hopefully there are some more parts available for it later on, because it is such a new truck. There's not a lot of things out there right now. I think we've only found a few things that we could purchase for it, and it's kind of limited.
Yeah, there's only a couple companies making things for the Ranger. think the Bronco kind of overshadowed the Ranger, so the aftermarket support is definitely in favor of the Bronco.
Oh, absolutely.
There is a few things available for the Ranger, so stay tuned. There might be some more to come with that thing.
Because right now, basically, you're going to find a lot of leveling kits for the Ford Ranger. That is going to be out there the most. And I don't know if I want to go with the leveling kit route. I kind of do want to do more of a lift to it and get some bigger tires on that. And we definitely need those sway bar disconnects. I know we said that like 20 million times because we're hoping there is some manufacturer that might actually watch this and decide, hey, that's an awesome idea, and make those for us. But overall, guys, that is going to be the test of our Ranger, and hopefully you'll see it out on the trails soon. But guys, you know the drill. We're tired, hungry, and dirty, and that is going to be the end of this dirt road journey. Bye guys.